Oh, it's the Doc's Report late at night. Almost 10 o'clock, but I took a nap. I feel great. Let me turn off this light. I don't need the light. My glasses. I don't think many people notice it because he put it up on his post. This is accurate description. Going out of business. Everything must be sold now. Morty's Diner. I don't. Let's start with. Excuse me. Tanzil, let the liquidation commence. Morty does have quite the collection of luxury mustards that may come to market. Be warned, check expiration dates on all items. Pasta, here we go. Morty going through bankruptcy? I don't know anything about that. I don't know anything about that. I don't know anything about that. I don't think he's leaving. I think the diner theme is going, but who knows? Who knows? I mean, he had the, what did he have up there? The mega, what's the big shark? A megalodon for Friday, or is it Monday? Monday, 6:30 p.m. And he advertised it for 5 days, and then it got close to the showtime, and boop, gone. Took it down. Let's go to the outside, and I'll start this. Let's take it from the beginning. Okay, there we go. There was the most incredible sunset yesterday. I was in my red chair, and the curtain that I film out of directly across from me here, the curtain was gold. I mean, it was gold outside. I've never seen it like that. It was, I thought, what the hell is that? And the entire sky was gold, the clouds, gold. I mean, the only other time I've ever seen that was at Elko fishing, when the sun was setting and it just lit up everything. Come to find out, I was watching something on the X about the weather. There's a lot of sandstorm coming off of Africa, and it's going to go to Central Florida. It must have done it last night, because I set up, and the color was okay, but nothing special, you know. But so I took that, and then I was looking on the other channels, and I saw Morty, and, you know, he's checking out, as it were. Get back to the diner. Let's look at that. Come back. There you are. Let's look at the items. What do we got here? Let me blow it up. I got a photo of it. Let's blow it up. Out of bed. Okay, there's parkas. Heavy. It looks like heavy parkas on the railings. The squirrels. Check it out. Let's start all the way to the left. It looks like water bottles and canteens and I don't see any flashlights, and more gear and white shoes. Ooh, are those Velcro or are those laces? Hard to tell. I think they may be laces. Hats for the sun. Uh-oh. Cannabis paraphernalia. Maybe that has something to do with his decision. It'll be interesting to see what the new theme will be. Does anybody have fond memories of the diner since it's going? Any fond memories whatsoever? Any memories? Think on that while I reminisce about the television, the World Cup. So I want to look at the highlights. So I turn on the Google channel, the highlights, and it says Argentina and Egypt. And I thought to myself, Egypt has no chance. I mean, who are they kidding? So I start watching the highlights. First 40 minutes, they were on fire. And this goalie, you couldn't get anything past him. And Egypt got up 2-0. It could have been 3-0. And that's a blowout as far as that kind of sport goes, the football. But then I thought, they're in the World Cup for a reason, so they got to be good. But it was incredible. And then Argentina came back, and then like in the last 5 minutes, they tied it up. But for I mean, it got messy crying because he knew they came close to getting kicked out. You don't fall two behind, and then you get 3 goals. That's really incredible. It's too bad. I mean, Egypt, the crowd was going crazy, which they should, Comment. Greg, chicken noodle soup from Wawa needed. My neighbor swears by it. I haven't been up there. I've never tried the chicken soup because I'm really a breakfast guy when I go up there. I go get my coffee and have my breakfast. Had a good workout today. I left my watch at home. Well, let's get rid of the diner here. Let's go back to here. And let's get it moving. Is it started? Yeah. Yeah, it's going. So I wanted another spectacular sunset. I don't think I got it. So I went up to the, what was I talking about? I had a great workout, but I left my watch at home, my Apple Watch. And I get there, and there's a guy I talk with when I see him, and I said, I feel like, I'm off the clock. I feel like I'm on vacation because I didn't have my watch with me. And it's because I'm always timing myself, and I'm looking at my heart rate, and I know I want to, I'm competitive, and I know this one should take so many minutes, like an hour and 50 minutes. What was it? It was chest and back. So it should have 150 or under 150 is a great time. But I didn't have my watch on. Well, I could look at the clock, but it doesn't really tell me accurately, how long I've been there because I forget, what time I came in, and then I start talking. And I may do it more often because I'm going to finish. I finished my workout. Now, what he does, he just does an hour and a half. Whether he talks for a half hour, it doesn't matter. So, but I know what I have to do. So if I talk, it's just I'm going to have to be in there longer. So I just do that. So I might, it's kind of nice not having it because it does kind of drive you. It drives me anyway to keep track of it. And oh, God, was it hot today. So I just came in and I just thought, shower and comment, thank you. Uh-oh, here we go. Oh, now you're talking big money there. Pavel, Docs, perhaps the diner could be rescued. Now, let's stop there. That's a good idea. And since you bring it up, and Tanzil's looking for something for the horology dungeon, pay the man. He has to take a drug test first. But get him over to stream on the horology dungeon with the diner. There you go. Or let him put his billboard up over there. That would be a good idea. And reorganize with a generous $20,000 injection of capital from CFN Global. Central Florida Network Global. Well, I think that's kind of gone away. Now it's just I put Central Florida in there. I want to attract a new group. Because I got some great, I've been using OpenAI, which is the company that runs ChatGPT. I actually did a little tutorial on there. I didn't even know how to open up the sidebar, So there I figured, got that up, and then they save everything. And then I have ChatGPT Plus. So it remembers what you said. So I'm asking it all these tax questions. And it reminds me I'm a senior, I can do this, I can do that. I thought, wow, you learn stuff from it. I mean, it's, I'll bet you, how many have heard of, what is it called? QCD. Now that is very, very interesting. QCD. Qualified I screwed it up. No, there is a C. What does the C stand for? Charity. Qualified charity distribution. It's not a deduction, and it's not a donation. It's a distribution. Now, listen to this. This is fantastic. So if you're a certain, you're going to get an RMD, required minimum distribution. You got to take that money out. Well, you can put the name of the charity, the 501c, on the check, they'll mail you the check, but you don't cash it, and then you mail it to them. So it goes directly to the charity, all of them, let's say $10,000. And I don't pay any taxes on it. How cool is that? And that's one way to do, and I would have never known about that had I not used the Chat GPT. Well, I think it would be a great acquisition for the dungeon. And you got to eat over at the dungeon. Instead of just a park bench, you can go in the diner and talk. I'll set you up a graphic for inside the diner. And, Dodger can go in there, hold court, and you can have Jamie, as long as he doesn't drink too much, and then Morty as the host. The diner would be a great acquisition for the Central Florida Network. Under the guidance of Lexter Dexter Ventures, it may come back strong. No, I don't. He's not going to listen to me. I've tried. Not gonna work. So I've been playing around with ChatGPT, and it's great. And you can save projects. So, and it'll do the full calculations for Medicare on your. So if you're a senior out there, or you're 50 years old, whatever, instead of TurboTax and all this stuff, it won't file your taxes, but it'll give you suggestions, and it'll give you rough numbers on what's going to happen and what you pay, refund or whatever. So I could do a required minimum distribution and do one to charity, and then the other one I would take the money and then do like a 10% withholding. Now that's for this year. I don't have to take any money out in this year, but next year I have to. So it's going to be kind of pricey. I got to take it out. But this year, so I saved my question. I got my project in there, and then in December I'll know exactly what my interest is in my accounts. Because right now, and I also used it to help me figure out, I needed somebody to tell me where to put the money in I got credit unions that pay nothing and a bank that pays nothing. And, I needed somebody to kind of tell me how to split up the money. So I got to put some money back into the best rate you can get is, over 3% in my Fidelity and Vanguard funds, personal funds, not the IRAs. So I started to do that, and I'll complete that, and then I'll get a grip on my interest because and then when I go in to see this woman, I have to tell her next year because we have to pay quarterly, and what I'm going to do is just pay up front. So I'll get this all, my strategy all squared away, and then just pay up front and see how it goes. But I really like that open AI. Pasta Morty well, I don't want to put that up there. Come on, the diner's in trouble. Just saying, says Pasta. I don't know. And do you really think he did the cannabis thing? Let me get the story right. Let me make sure he is. Maybe he took it down already. Never know about him. Is he leaving, or maybe a new format? Morty's Diner. And it's under his post here, so let's go to the post. 5 hours ago. No, it says I'm out of business, going out of business. Everything must be sold now. I wonder if that's personal effects too. The funniest one, I'm sorry, it was it was Mac Lobster. Let me give him credit for that. Hold on. Maybe a food truck would be more economical. That got me laughing. That was a good one. Comments. I like Morty. Well, you like Morty? You can keep your Morty. I don't know if you're going to have the diner, though. Uh-oh. We're back to Jack's babble. Yeah, fine. Okay. I mean, at some point you got to give it up. I did listen to the show yesterday, for the most part. I play it on my iPad and I put my AirPods in, or my earpods, what do they call them? And it's interesting. He had some people on, and the day before he's getting guests on. He's JBJB. He's got Magpie. Green Room came on briefly. Greg, yes, Morty belongs to in the dungeon. Well, I think it would be pretty cool. Give Morty a decent wage and pay him something, or he can. I don't know if they're gonna. Well, it's not monetized there either. I don't know how you could work it, but that's Tanzil. That's between you and Morty. For the record, Tanzil, I did offer Morty a gig on the dungeon, but he felt it would bring him too close to those people and that person. Okay. I don't think those people or that person they don't mention him anymore, do they? I mean, I could do a quick check on that. It's all about other stuff. It was, in fact, Archie was over there. I don't think they don't go after him, really, or mention him. Do I have that wrong? Okay, let's check this. There it is. I'm over at that channel. Click on that, no sound. I'll stop it, and we'll go to, I guess Google can't do a transcript. So let's go to the one before that. The July celebration. Let's check that one out. Transcript, there we go. Now this is just an hour and a half minute. So let's look for the term Morty. He's mentioned, how many times? Morty. 0 times, okay? I know, I can hear you yelling at me. Search for crappy. Okay, I'll search for crappy. Hang on. Crappy, 0 times. Let's search for the crapster. 0. So let's just search for crap. They haven't mentioned him in an hour and a half. And that was on Happy 250 Years. So let's go to the next one. Now this is an 8-hour stream. O'Sheen declares a winner. First, let's see if the transcripts are there. This it is. Okay. Because he had a post here 4 days ago about, sociopaths, psychopaths, or whatever. All right, let's look. Let's look for Morty. Oh, it's mentioned 3 times. All right, this is at the 7 hour. This is 8 hours and 13 minutes. I don't know who's saying this. Yeah, that was a bad clip. Everybody, let's see, here we go. The channel is everybody a little love except for, let's show Morty Diner a little love, shall we? I really think this is the beginning of the end of Morty Doc's report relationship. Oh, I didn't know they were talking about me. Will they ever mend their fences and come back together? Oh, please. All right, not a big deal. It's less than a minute in a 8.5 hour stream. Greg thinks Tanzil is wise. Tan, I've always been friendly to the Mort. Pavel, I got to read yours, pre-read yours just in case. Ooh, I hope not. Pavel, maybe the diner is undergoing conversion into an upscale opium den. Are they telling me that cannabis could be a gateway drug? Okay. Well, I don't do it that just specific ones. I mean, I really don't want the software. I mean, I shouldn't be, because a lot of times if I find something, why get upset about it? If I don't find it, I don't really get upset. But let's see, all these softwares you hear about, Mookie's or Lux Report or whatever, all crawl through transcripts to find clips. You can just do find. Similar to how you were doing it manually, Lex. Okay. Greg, Morty doesn't like an individual. Morty doesn't like an individual? Who? I don't know. I mean, that person? You don't know who that person is? Cannabis is a gateway drug to junk food. I know it increases the appetite. So you don't really want to do that, do you? Well, if I do that, yeah, but you're going to go after him, and I don't really want people to go after him, Mr. Texter. I mean, you can't say anything nice, and you got your own platform anyway. I don't really want to attack him here. Do you have any fond memories of the diner? Or what was your favorite show? I'll tell you mine. It was the saddest show I've ever seen. Let me check. Yeah, okay. Can I trust you? Okay. All right. All right. Let's see. How do I turn this off? Now, why is that ringing? Okay. Okay. All right. You got me. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, I have to unban someone. Oh, you just purchase it? The website that crawls the transcript is, how do you spell that? Filmot, Filmot. Yeah, I know anything you say, somebody could find. You got to be careful what you say. Correct. I don't want to say the name, but correct. All right, I got to go unban somebody, so let me, give me a minute here. Occasionally I'm short-tempered, all right? YouTube. Let's see, where do I have to go? YouTube Studio. Settings. All right, here we go. It may take me a little time to find him. I see Green Room in here. I'm not unbanning him. I see Dirk Diggler. I see Rufus. I see some other report. And I'm looking for you. There it is. Okay, save. See if that works. Oh, you should have seen it. See how gold that is? It was the entire sky. Maybe there were so many clouds there. I mean, everything was gold. It got me out of my chair, and I thought, I got to get a picture of that. But it was the Sahara dust, and that keeps the hurricanes, too, down when it gets dusty like that. They said the dust would reach Central Florida, which it did yesterday. It is beautiful, quiet out there. So I put the iPhone out there and just let it run. I got out, I put it up about 8:15 and let it run 45 minutes. just to share with you. Curly was talking about where to go if he was forced to leave his home. And no, you shouldn't have suggested, no, Craig, no. I don't even want to, no. My fear is Pluto Senior comes to the villages. Because, if he does that, you know who's going to follow. And my cleaning lady still hasn't picked up my donations to her. So I'm just going to have to hold it till next time she comes here. Hey, you're welcome. Keep it civil, please. Thanks for unbanning me. You're welcome. I can't remember why I did it. You pissed me off for some reason. Any favorite memories from the diner? Well, you missed the diner. Hey, and Patrick, when you do your taxes, if you got to do an RMD, there's a QCD, Qualified Charity Distribution. From your RMD rollover account directly to the charity, you pay 0 taxes. It does not add to your, what do they call it? Your total aggregate income, or whatever they call it. 18 people. My favorite episode of the Morty was, I don't know if the diner was around, but he was in his bed staring at the ceiling. That's all he was doing. I mean, I think that's the saddest stream I've ever listened. I couldn't listen to it. Now, is he putting me on? Is that satire? Is that, I don't think so. Parody? I don't think so. I'm not drinking. I had to take a torvastatin, so I'm just doing the water. Okay, just for you. Let's go back. Let's pause this. And let's go back. Morty has made an announcement. Oh, here we go. There it is. He's going out of business. He put it on a post. Going out of business, everything must be sold. You can see his material out there. I had one of my reporters go out and take a photo. He has it outside the diner. We have reporters in the Northwest. You got parkas, you got cannabis, you got hats for the sun, you got white, are those Velcro? They may be laces. More gear, and it looks like water bottles. So is he leaving Portland? Or is he leaving YouTube? Is he, I don't know, getting a new theme over at his channel? Will anyone miss the diner? That's a possibility. We don't know. Dr. Bob, the Board of Health cracking down? Or just lack of funding. I don't know. Maybe the staff walked out. Because I think one of his posts, what did he say? Let me go check out one of his posts. He was getting high or not going to come down or something like that. Let me check it out. Posts. Here it is. 8 days ago, I'm flying high as a kite and have no plans to come back down. So maybe it was the cannabis. He's found something better to do with his time. Wow. Another senior throws in the towel. Do not piss the Pope off. He is from, Greg, do not piss the Pope off. He is from Chicago. Well, there wasn't, technically not an announcement, it was a post. He says, this is what he said, I'm going out of business, everything must go. But again, maybe it's parody, maybe it's satire, which I don't understand. I don't see how's that funny? 13 people watching. But that Argentina-Egypt game was very exciting. It was terrible if you were a fan from Egypt in the stands. I mean, they were going nuts. You got now Argentina are the last year's champion, and they had them down 2-0. Like in 40 minutes, they were 2-0, which is, I mean, the Argentinians couldn't score. It was looking bleak. Not very, according to Dr. Bob. Oh, you're streaming tonight, Dr. Bob? The Chicago Pope's real name is Bob. He should have went with that. Pope Bob. That I don't know if that would work. Egyptian Christians have their own pope, but they're not Egyptian Catholics, right? I mean, there's a difference there. Tanzil. Do I have to look that up? Are there any Christian Egyptians? Well, yeah, there's millions of them. That's not what I wanted to say. I wanted to say, are there Catholics? I would think so. There's Catholics everywhere. Yes, there are Catholics in Egypt, though they form a small minority with the country's Christian community, which itself is a minority in a predominantly Muslim nation. A mega value customer, weight loss injections are being studied to reverse arthritis inside the bone. Oh, it can do everything. Wow. I'm friendly. That's what I give. But, you know, it takes two. It takes two to dance. Mac Lobster, just think of all the misery you could have alleviated by being a true friend to someone, anyone. What's a true friend? If somebody's going to define that for me, I'm not here to meet expectations. You got to learn to be friendly. You got to learn to be loving. If you learn to be loving and friendly, you meet people everywhere. I talk to them at the fitness center. I talk to people I'm friendly with, but I'm not. You know, I think when I was younger, you know, I had friends in the neighborhood, but, you know, as you age, and I get out of the house, that helps too. I mean, I do, even going to Wawa. No Egyptian Christians are Orthodox. Well, Orthodox what? There are 200 Christian denominations in the United States. There are 20,000 different Christian denominations in the world. So pick your flavor. No Christians are Orthodox. One of the oldest Christian communities. Mark was the patron saint, according to her. Tanzil. Greg says, I witnessed a miracle in Catholic school. What, you weren't hit over the knuckles? What's the miracle? Curious. I honestly thought if Egypt would have won that game, if they would have shut out Argentina, that's a miracle. I mean, you should have seen this Egyptian goalie. He's stopping everything. Again, Gampers, good evening from less oppressive New York City. Greg, Coptic Egyptian Catholic. not Catholic. One holy Catholic and Apostolic Church. Dr. Bob, Presbyterians, they make good tobacco. Greg is laughing. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes. Well, I got this off of Morty's post. He put this up there. Let me go back to his channel. He put this up 4 days ago. But I only found, no, excuse me. 6 hours ago. So it was today. He put this up. Let me refresh the page. Maybe he took it down. No, it's still up there. 6 hours ago. He's got his diner. It says Morty's Diner. It says going out of business. Everything must be sold now. So I guess we're done with the diner theme. Back outside. Continue with the sunset. Let's see, Patrick should run an entire NewBroShow in Latin. I don't know if you speak Latin, Patrick? 80 never calling Protestants are Protestants for protesting the Catholic Church. Apostolic is apostolic. Did the Catholics invade the diner? I don't know. Maybe he thought, what's the point? He's flying high. He's not going to come down. He is flying high, he says. How come I can't get rid of that? I was never a big Happy Days fan. I don't know what year. When did that run? Let me go check that, because it depends on where I was in my life. What years did Happy Days run on television? January 1974 to 1984. Well, 74, that's when I left home. So I was not watching Happy Days. And driving a bus, I wasn't watching Happy Days. I watched NBA Finals, that kind of stuff, or basketball. 11 season, 255 episodes, to July 1984. And I was in school then. I was in the boarding house then. I'm not watching Happy Days. No, I just, it didn't do anything for me. I know some girls where I used to work, they were into it, but there's some fans, but I'm not. Docs, remember when Big Al bought Arnold's Drive-In on Happy Days? No, how about we pool some money and buy the place? The diner? Well, I think it'll be pretty pricey. The part I did kind of stop over there, and I did catch somebody wanted to buy a wrench, $500. So I can't imagine what the diner would go for. Templars raided the diner with claymores, Dr. Bob said. The Gnostics. It was the Gnostics, the lousy tippers, Maklabda. It was on reruns for decades after. I know, it didn't do anything for me. I don't get it. I love Seinfeld, but I just, if I sit down and there's other things on, why would I? I'm not going to watch it. Didn't appeal to me. Gampers, it was on reruns for decades after Docs. No, that was even worse. Come on. Dr. Bob, did you watch Joni loves Chachi. No. I did enjoy the Rockford Files, but that was years ago. When did the Rockford Files? That I would watch. Even when I was driving a bus, I'd watch the reruns. That I could watch. What years did the Rockford Files run on television? The Rockford Files, starring James Garner as Jim Rockford, originally ran on NBC for 6 seasons, September 74 to 80. But they did reruns all the time. 74 to 80. I think you may have something there. I think you may have something there. 80 Never Calling. The diner owner got into drugs, and that spelled the end. Drugs ruin lives, families, relationships, and businesses. Don't do drugs. Benzos or gummies, does that matter? Mega value customer. Camper's on this, what's her name? What was her name? Did you watch Joni Loves Chachi? Chachi. Of course we all watched it, but it was terrible. Oh, I didn't watch it. Oh no, that that may be true. Did he send you that message? Tanzil, the diner shutting down as a food establishment and will be reopened as Morty's Mary Jane Emporium. Goodness. Gnostics are not always. No, they're. I did some reading on that. They're getting a bad rap. In fact, let me go to my metaphysical folder. Let's see. I may have something on that. Let me search it. If I can spell it right. No, let's see, you said agnostics. Agnostics are not always atheists. That's true. They don't know. They're confused. They don't want to make a decision. I misread that. I think there's some truth to that. Let me look on the Gnosticism. Yes. I knew I had it. I went to the Gnostic Society Library, and I have documents on this. Let's take the first one. This is going way back in my studies. This is a Word document. Yes, the Gospel of Thomas, the Gnostic Society Library. The Nag Hammadi Library, the Gospel of Thomas, translated by Thomas O. Lemded. That's pretty, I don't know if you can handle that one. Let him who seeks continue seeking until he finds. When he finds, he will become troubled. When he becomes troubled, he will be astonished, and he will rule over the all. I don't want to read that one. Well, this is truth. If those who lead you say to you, see the kingdom in the sky, then the birds of the sky will precede you. If they say to you, what does that mean? If those that lead you say to you, see the kingdom in the sky, in other words, the kingdom of God in the sky, then the birds of the sky will precede you. So you'll end up with birds. If they say to you, it's in the sea, then the fish will precede you. See, you don't want birds and you don't want fish. Rather, the kingdom is inside of you, and it is outside of you. That's true. The kingdom is inside of you, and it is outside of you. When you come to know yourselves, then you will become known, and you will realize that it is you who are the sons of the living Father. But if you will not know yourselves, you dwell in poverty, and it is you who are that poverty. Truth, ultimate truth, right there, ladies and gentlemen, from the Gnostic Society Library. This is underneath it. There is a growing consensus among the scholars that the Gospel of Thomas, discovered over half a century ago in the Egyptian desert, dates to the very beginning of the Christian era, and may well have taken first from before any of the four traditional canonical Gospels. During the first few decades after its discovery, several voices representing established Orthodox biases argued that the Gospel of Thomas, abbreviated GTH, was a late 2nd or 3rd century Gnostic forgery. Scholars currently involved in Thomas studies now largely reject that view, though such arguments will still be heard from Orthodox apologists and are encountered in some of the earlier publications about Thomas. Today's most students would agree the Gospel of Thomas has opened a new perspective on the first voice of the Christian tradition. Recent studies on the Gospel of Thomas have led to stark reappraisal of the forces and events forming orthodoxy. So let's leave it there. And that was the University Church Institute I attended, and I put this out as an email. I don't have this dated. When did I do this? I don't think I have a date on it. University Church Institute is now closed. It's gone. 953 East Sahara Avenue, D18, located in the southwest corner of the Commercial Center complex. Sunday services, 11 a.m. Midweek. There's a book and tape department. Bought a lot of books out of there. Largest selection of quality spiritual books and tapes in Nevada. And the last thing in here, keep spiritually centered. Okay, where did I leave you? I think Don Knotts would watch The Diner. He's passed away, hasn't he? Rockford Files was a man's show. Makes totally sense, docs. We are aligned. 80 Never Calling. Don Knotts would add Mr. Limpet Pie to the menu. Mr. Limpet Pie to the menu. It was when he... Well, that's true. He was up to... Well, if he was taking it at all. We really don't know, do we? It was when he upped his dose from 10 milligrams to 20 milligram AD. Morty can't handle his smoke. McLobster, if you can't beat him, join him. Those people. Mr. Furley's funnel cake. HTC can make a non-driven person to care even less. HTC can make a non-driven person to care even less. Crappy clearly isn't driven, Hurricane. It's very... Tanzil is very driven. All I remember, and this kind of, I don't know if it was a red flag for me, but it was kind of a bizarre answer. I said something about working or a career, and he may not remember this, but I remember it. And he says, quote, "I don't want to be a billionaire." It's like, what? Nobody's asking you to be a billionaire. What are you? So I don't know where that came from. that's interesting. Dr. Bob, is Morty going to team up with Bateman and Curly? We know Curly owns Morty already. Well, in a bad way. Don't listen to it. Stay away from it. It's not secret after you experience it. Mega value customer, secret knowledge. It doesn't. No, that implies it's outside of you. Like you got to know something out there. No, you don't. You have to get in touch with what's inside of you and infinitely beyond you. 80 never calling. I shall continue seeking friendship with you, Doc. I'm not your friend. I shall seek and you shall I shall seek and you shall find without exceptions. And so that's what Greener was talking about. He thinks the kingdom is in him. It's in the Bible. Why look us over there? Why look us over there? For behold, the kingdom of God is within you. Now that was the rabbi of the New Testament. Was he lying? So that's what Greenroom was talking about. He thinks the kingdom is in him. It's everywhere. It's in everybody. The Bhagavad Gita, divided yet undivided, it is in the center of everyone. It's in the body of all. How does that go? Divided yet undivided, but in everyone. Don't know the exact word. It is the source and object of all knowledge. Amazing airshow videos. Everyone wanted Jim Roxford car. Yeah, it was a Pontiac. That probably sold a lot of Pontiacs. Well, Dr. Bob, James Garner did all his own stunt driving. He also did his own stunts, and he got busted up. He claims it ruined his health. You know, he took a lot of falls on that show. Barnaby Jones, no, I wouldn't watch that. He was a geezer. Maybe once in a while I watch Cannon, but not Barnaby Jones. Greg, I love Don Knotts. Barney has always carried his one bullet in his pocket. Speaking of Mayberry, there's a guy, when I first moved in here, he painted my pavers, and he was kind of he was like that guy who threw rocks in Mayberry. I mean, he only had red hair, and it was cut short, smaller and thinner, and he wasn't very friendly, you know, but he would, you know, help fix the sprinklers, and he did some stuff for me. And then he got married, and something lived over somewhere in Del Boca Vista. Anyway, I'm up at Wawa, and I hear this motorcycle, this Harley, and then it comes up. It's a smaller guy. He gets off the bike, takes off his helmet, and I'm there having my coffee. He looks right at me, and he goes like, you know, like I know he knows me, so I give him a thumbs up, and I say, I can't remember his name. But you talk about, just, his wife died. She overdosed on, what's that drug? The opiate one. Fentanyl. And she was told not to, you know, don't buy it. And her brother-in-law or somebody got it for her, and she passed away. And then the grandmother, it's just like, it's one on top of another. It's like, it's just terrible. Did you hear about the what? About the X bank? What's the X bank? What's an X bank? What about the X bank? What does that mean? Oh, that's Elon Musk, right? The X.com historical bank logo or PayPal merger. It's thinking. Grok is thinking. X doesn't have its own bank charter, but it's rapidly building a full-featured financial platform called X Money. Oh, really? I don't want crypto. I want dollar bills. Dollar bills. X doesn't have its own bank charter. It's a full-featured financial platform called X Money. I'm not for me. Not at my age. X Money has rolled out to premium. Well, I'm a premium member. Users in the U.S. 6% APY on cash balances. FDI insured up to $10 million. What? 6%? That's double what Fidelity and Vanguard's paying. Wow. Premium and Premium Plus. Well, I know I'm a premium. Peer-to-peer payments, bill, pay. Well, I just want the interest rate. No traditional bank account required to start. It's a digital wallet. Financial hub inside the X app. X itself is not a bank. It partners with banks like Cross River Bank for the actual banking back end, common banking as a service model used by many firm techs. X Payments LLC holds money transfer in dozens of states. Oh boy. The bigger version, Musk's goal is to make X a super app where you can handle payments, banking-like services, investing, and more, all in one place, potentially disrupting traditional banks. It's still expanding with more features and wider availability rolling out. In short, it's not a full chartered bank yet, but X Money is already offering high-yield savings, cards, and payments. I don't know. I'm a traditionalist. I feel bad for these kids that got the new Trump accounts. Don't get Bitcoin. Get the S&P 500. Well, you're only saying that because you're in it, Lex. Well, you got something behind it. X Money. It's called X Money, Greg. I wanted his chicks. Gold. Oh, I wanted his. Oh, and Nancy. Who was her name? The Latin girl that would play in the series. She was in the Broadway show of back in the 50s, and she was also Marlon Brando's girlfriend, Marino. She was beautiful. Hey, you never calling. I wanted his chicks. Gold Firebirds weren't my cup of tea. Especially ones without rear spoilers. Pay 6%. I know there's something. Well, my bank paid 4% for like 4 months. I did. Was it 4 months? Yeah, 4%. And then they took it away. And they did give me $400, but I'm taking everything out of there. I'm gonna really cut back because I got on Open AI, and I just said, okay, I get these banks and what they pay in the credit unions, and basically, so what are you doing? He says, you got to put the big money in the Vanguard and Fidelity, and that's what I have to do. But I pay bills on that on the local credit union. I know you can't go chasing. I at 4% fully insured and safe to go X Money. Digital, it's digital money, it's digital currency. Jim Rawford was a precursor to Dan Tana. I don't think he would fit in, Dr. Bob. The Hare Krishnas for Morty? No, come on. Huggy Bear Man, Dr. Bob. Gnosis is a special mystical kind of knowledge to which the Gnostics, mysticism to which the Gnostics claim to have privileged access. Nobody has. Everybody has access to it. Everybody. We are all equal unto him. It's just whether you're willing to open to it. You do have a spiritual component of yourself. At the very center of your being is, guess what? Yeah, it's right there. McLobster, I'd rather have a friend who was unfriendly to most, but a true friend. Yep, by your definition. I'm not here to meet anybody's definition or expectations. In fact, I do have a couple friends like that. They're a true friend in your mind until they're not a true friend, right? Just be friendly. X bank, it's X money. Greg, it's not a bank. I just read it to you. It's not a bank. Dr. Bob X money will be the National Bank of Mars. Oh, I got a clip today. I don't know how authentic it is. He says he's going to testify in Congress. He was when they had the orbiter, the moon orbiter, and they were mapping. He had to fix a machine in a hangar, and the guy showed him, and they said, "Well, we got to take this out of here." And so everybody left in order to fix it, but everybody left the room. He was left in with this guy. The guy showed him some photos on the dark side of the moon, and there was a base there. I mean, I should get that clip. I'm going to play that on the next show. And first, I got to find out who the guy is. If he's really, I'm going to have to check with Dr. James Fox or Mr. Fox. James Fox, the movie guy, but he said he saw the photos. And at that point, he got scared. He thought his life was going to be threatened because, he knew he shouldn't have seen this. Because he got excited, like, whose are they? And it was like, well, this is beyond that. Meet too, McLobster, few and better acquaintance are nice. Well, be a friend to others, yeah. I mean, be friendly to others. But it takes two. McLobster, most of the high yield savings you have to continue to deposit every month to keep I don't want to touch digital currency. I got my debit card, and when I swipe it, it's dollars. It's called X money. Low money to Y and Z banks, according to AD. Well, that's a little derogatory there, Dr. Bob. Morty's a dopehead. I'm not sure I don't know if he even really tried it. Is he flying high as a kite? I don't know. You have 2 cell phones? Yeah, well, they just increased it. They just increased it on me, too. I love how they do it. They go, we've retired your plan. We've retired, but don't worry. We're going to give you all this stuff. But they're going to increase it $6 a line, so that's at $12. I heard you state on another show you have 2 cell phones. Correct, 2 iPhones. I was paying $100 a month. In July, I'm going to get the new bill. It's going to be $112, I guess. Consumer Cellular charges $55 if you belong to AARP, $38. I got T-Mobile, and this is I film with the 5G on the thing, so I'm happy with it. It has good coverage and everything else. I got it right. 2 cell phones. Yeah, but there's always, maybe I could investigate it. Who is it? I heard, let's see, Consumer Cellular. I want, but I'm okay with it. I would rather lose my wallet than my phone. So, all right, what else did I find on the Gnostics? The Gnostic. Oh, what is Gnosticism? Now, this is interesting. I wish I had a date on here when I made this. What is Gnosticism? Gnosis and Gnosticism are still rather arcane terms, though the last 2 decades, though in the last 2 decades, the words have been increasingly encountered in the vocabulary of contemporary society. Gnosis derives from Greek and connotes knowledge, or the act of knowing. On first hearing, it is sometimes confused with another, more common term of the same root but opposite sense, agnostic, literally not knowing, a knower of nothing. The Greek language differentiates between rational, propositional knowledge and the distinct form of knowledge obtained not by reason, but by personal experience or perception. It is this later knowledge gained from experience, from an interior spark of comprehension, that constitutes gnosis. I've experienced that stuff. That's all I can tell you. I know it's hard. Listen, it's hard to believe, but you can. It's there. It's in all of us. But you have to, when you're ready for it. That's all I can tell you. So when I was wheeled into the operating room, I knew I wasn't alone. I knew it. It wasn't a faith. And then the guy, it was the 7-day, it was the Adventist hospital. So the guy came around, "Do you want to pray?" "Yeah, I'll take a prayer." But it was okay. And he prayed for me, but I already knew I'm not alone. In the first century of the Christian era, this term Gnostic began to be used to denote a prominent, even if somewhat heterodox, segment of the diverse new Christian community. Among those earlier followers of Christ, it appears that there's an elite group delineated themselves from the greater household of the church by claiming not simply a belief in Christ and his message, but a special witness or revelatory experience of the divine. It was this experience, this gnosis, which, so these Gnostics claim, set the true followers of Christ apart from his fellows. Okay, goes on and on. All right. It's just when you're ready, it'll happen. But you got to want it. You got to want to know. And search. Thank you, Greg. Consumer cellular at is AT&T. I don't like AT&T, but I'm happy with T-Mobile. AD never calling. It's a smart man. Verizon has a service it's called Visible. It says McLobster. No physical locations, though. Oh, for T-Mobile? No, it's for Xfinity. You got to go in to get your deal. The T-Mobile here is pretty good. Dr. Bob, see here, did the angel Moroni show you the plates of gold? No. I did have, and this is, I'm not joking when I say this. What did I do with it? I want to get it exactly right, what it was. Don't want to do that. Oh, what did I do with it? I got to look for it. This was my first experience, okay? And sometimes that's enough, but I've had more than that. Well, now here's I don't want to do that one. Well, you really want to hear this?
In the New Testament, the words of Christ. If thine eye be single.
No, I'm not going to play that. What did I do with it? Let me look for it. Hang on. It's only 11 o'clock, and I don't have to work out tomorrow. Let's start over. Well, let me close that. Start over. Document keeper, metaphysics. Well, it was my third eye. Let thy eye be single and thy body shall be full of light. Yes, I had my third eye open. And it was reality. I mean, it was beautiful. And you see things, and I remember that morning, I remember when I went to bed, before I went to bed, because I've been going to this church institute for a while, I thought, and I telling myself, you know what? It's not working for me. Nothing's happening. Nothing, I'm not, And so what did I do? I gave up. I surrendered, see? I didn't know that. And then it was time. And then early morning, boom. I knew where I was. I wasn't dreaming. I was in my bed, and it was going on and on and on, and I'm just watching this. I don't want it to stop, and then it closes. And then I get out of bed, and I go, holy shit, it is true. Verizon. Chinese call today. I received my 2 plastic AP swatch shitters in the mall today. AD calling the Chinese AD called today. I received my 2 plastic AP swatch shitters in the mail today. In the mall today. No, in the mail today. Are you going to do an unboxing? Or a cry for attention. Davey Smalls, I think Morty going out of business post is a cry for help. Well, marketing. I don't know what's coming. No, I'm not talking about my virginity. You are blessed, docs. You have a third eye. We all do. We all do. But when you're ready, when you search it, it's like that Michelangelo painting where God is reaching. You have to be reaching up too. You can't just be walking around in your intellectual personal ego and say, prove it to me. No, God's not. No. Seek and ye shall find. Seek. But you're not seeking. You're going to services, but you have to want to know. I really wanted to know. Gildan, docs, surrender to the flow. No, you do have to surrender. I didn't set it up. You surrender and all is yours. I wish I could find that, because I had Dr. Masters exactly tell me the third eye, to properly explain it, what it is. Eye of the East. I don't know. Body temple. Well, here's the King James Version. I don't know if you hear this in Catholicism. I never heard it in Mormonism. What? Know ye not your body is the temple of the Holy Ghost which is in you, which ye have of God, and ye are not your own? Know ye not that ye are the temple of God, and the Spirit of God dwelleth in you? That's a popular one, but that's literal. If any man defileth the temple of God, him shall God destroy. For the temple of God is holy, which temple ye are. But whoso hearkeneth unto me shall dwell safely, and shall be quiet from fear of evil. Proverb. Okay. Let's see. I don't know what I don't. I should maybe just search for I. Looking. Still looking. I should put in third. Maybe that's better. Let's start over. Do-do. Well, I can't find it. Okay, I'll have to find it later. Oh, man. Getting up there. Amazing Airshow videos. Random fact. Ringo Starr turned 86 today. He is touring. Wow. 86. Goodness. Docs, just take it one show at a time. I blind dated a Mormon woman, Greg, and she was shocked when I asked her if she was a Mormon. How did I know? Yeah, how did you know? I blind dated a Mormon girl. She was shocked when I asked if she was Mormon. How did I know? How did you know? Docs, one show at a time. Morty's always saying how poor he is in getting it. I never heard him say he's getting evicted from the diner. Night of the closing call for help, like a seventh grader, is unbecoming. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. Pure of heart, said Greg. Well, you can be vegetarian. You're still going to check out. Greg, Ringo and Paul had been vegan for over 50 years. I guess that's proof of health. Greg, she didn't smoke, drink, or anything, or everything else. She didn't smoke or drink, but she did everything else. The sun actually may be done already. It takes 8 minutes for the light to reach the sun and hit. Yes, that is true. I remember that. No, I can't tell you the last. My neighbor gave me some kind of energy drink. I still haven't drank it. I said, I don't, it's not, I said, I get plenty of caffeine. And he goes, no, this doesn't have any of it. But he gave it to me. It's cold. I can't remember that. It's in a black can. But Coke and, no, I can't remember the last time. Ever. No, I don't. No, I don't. I drink coffee and push the water. Well, if you like being a vegan, you can be a vegan. All right, 1 hour, 20 minutes, 18 people hanging in there. And the news of the day was... Well, that's not the news. There it is. The diner going out of business. Everything must go. You need a jacket, water container, Velcro shoes, a sun hat. Looks like a bong is there too. True, let's see. His last show, Krabby said he was probably getting evicted. The show didn't get... Really? Oh, that I didn't hear that. AD never calling. His last show, Krabby said he was probably getting... Well, now this could be satire and parody. See, I wouldn't understand that. So maybe that's funny somehow, getting evicted. If the show didn't get... Kofi he didn't ask for money, but... True, amazing. Okay, I'm going to take you up on that. I'm going to go search that. Let's see if he... Now, before I look, I think he's going to stream, right? This will bring him out. Let's check. Live. Nope. All right, celebrating the 4th, and you're saying streamed 2 days ago, which would be his last stream. Let's see if we got a transcript. Excuse me. We have a transcript. I will search for the term evicted. Evict. 0. Oh, got to spell it right. Evict. Well, here we go. He said it one time. Let me put it in context. He's talking about dosing. Let's see, at the 10-minute, 38-second mark. So I'm going to have to, I guess, just, after the first initial dosage, it takes about 2 hours to kick in. And then then I should, after about an hour, I should take some more, keep it going, and then another hour, take some more. Just keep it going all day, all night. Like I said, I'll probably be homeless next month, evicted. But nobody cares. It's okay. It's the summertime. It's nice outside. So let's put in homeless. Ooh, yeah. All right, 6-minute. Let's see. I kicked it up a notch. This is at the 6-minute mark. Kicked it up another notch and destroying my life one day at a time. Next month, I'll probably or likely be homeless. If anybody would like to support Mort's degenerate lifestyle, please consider a PayPal, Cash App, or Ko-fi. All right, let's go to the next homeless. 1126. Oh, that's the one I read previously. Like I said, I'll probably be homeless next month, evicted. Let's go to the next one. Let's see. This is getting dark. And maybe it was that puck that was around him. 45-minute, 22-second mark. Yeah, send money now. Morty's dying. Morty is dying, my friends. We're going to have some end-of-life videos coming up. End-of-life live streams. Chronicling the end of Morty, which will be to the utter delight of some of the psychopaths out there. They'll just relish listening to that. Yeah, but it's all over for Morty. His time is up. He's going out in THC style, penniless, indigent, homeless, a vagrant, whatever, doesn't matter. Wow, I guess you were right. Pretty dark. Darkness over there at the diner. 1 hour, 55 minutes. All right, well, let's put it into context. Let's go up a little context. Let's go up a little, let's see. Let's see, it's absolutely unbelievable. Here's the link for Cash App, Curly. Send me that $1,000. I'm going to be homeless next month. I need that money now. Live up to your word, you psychopathic blank. Send that $1,000 today. PayPal, Cash App, or Ko-fi, $1,000. You made the bet and you lost it. Clear as day you lost it. Be a man, not a schmuck. 2 hour, 28-minute mark. For anybody who doesn't want to see me homeless next month, PayPal, Ko-fi, Cash App, it's all good. Boy, you're really pouring it on here. 3 hours, 11 minutes. Geez, what you got, Dan? No, I have no money out of, I'm going to be homeless next month, going to be living on the streets. I'll be sleeping in the back of a Chick-fil-A or a Taco Bell. Now, this is satire. This is parody. I think you took it too literal, Patrick. This is just humorous. Don't you get it? It's funny. Uh, 3 hour, 42-minute mark. No one's sending any money. I mean, watching a YouTube show on July 4th about a guy who does 4 or 5 hours of a show on July 4th and doesn't only get but one Ko-fi, being the guy who's watching that alone at home. Oh, no, he didn't mention homeless. I'm sorry. No. Okay, there it is. You are correct. You are correct, AD never calling. I never heard that one. When I did have a soda when I was working, I had a Mountain Dew, and that gave me a push. If I was feeling a little down, that perked me right up. Is it true that I haven't been a Mormon for, multiple decades? I don't know what they believe or what they do. I haven't heard that one. Is it true Mormons do not drink Coca-Cola, only Pepsi? I don't know. Seriously, is this just another false alarm with the crabster? The 6 viewers need to speak up. Well, he did have a woman, I don't want to say give, maybe loaned him some money. Maybe he's just desperate to pay her back. Don't know. Greg, Hershey chocolate milk on the Mormon ban list? That's a new one. I haven't heard that one. Is the diner going up market and reopening as a progressive bistro? Don't know. I went to the massive New York City flyover, amazing air show, flyover on the 4th of July. One of the flight teams, God, my eyesight's going on. One of the flight teams were from the UAE, flying Chinese-made jets with Russian engines, and they had red, white, and blue smoke. No joke. I'll search the term. I'll never ask for money. He stopped for a little bit, but listen, I'm not going to pile on. I'm just giving you the news. Dr. Bob? Well, that is kind of funny. Kinda. Let's see. Morty moving in with Puck would make Gonzo streaming gold. We got Chris checking in. Morty's a decent man. 80 never calling. Drugs affect everyone differently. True. There's still a light in the diner on the far right. There's hope. Oh, there is. Look at that. There is. Maybe it's a a bug zapper. Maybe it's a fly zapper or something. Insect zapper. Davy, the diner is kaput. I should be celebrating? Well. Is it a parody or a parody? Parody or parody? Morty, there might be. Greg, Morty needs a GoFundMe. Well, he's got to come up with a better story than that, you know. Gildan, send money now. Morty has cried wolf too many times. So he had a woman. Is that I don't know his personal life. The Velcro sneakers. Well, listen. I told it to put Velcro. I said put some Velcro white shoes out there, and I think these are laced. If I blew it up, I think they're laced. Dr. Bob, Morty's Diner is in Portland. He needs more gluten-free veggie dishes. Well, I don't know about that, Dave. Dave said diners in La Jolla, California, rent is expensive. I don't know about that. 1 hour, 33 minutes. As the sun goes down in Central Florida, it looks like the diner will be no more. Now, you know, he saw this, so I bet he streams. Tuesday night, 11:30, I gotta get to bed. A little bit of water. Gildan, without the diner, where would Gampers get his sardine sandwiches? Should we call it a night?
Ho! Ho! Oh! Oh! Ow! Nobody goes on forever and ever and ever, and you're not. I'm not going to go on.
Some men you just can't reach. Which is the way he wants. Well, he gets.